Hey guys, it's Jack from Dupli here, and we've got another video for you today on the Kodak Snapic A1, brand new camera. This is going to be a bit of a Q&A, a bit of information about the camera, and sort of hopefully shed a bit of insight into our usage of it and what we've found from testing out the camera over the last few weeks. So the Kodak Snapic A1 is a brand new film camera coming from Kodak Reto. Kodak Reto are the brand behind the Kodak H35 half-frame cameras, and more recently the Kodak Charmer digital camera, which has been hugely successful. Massive buzz around it on social media, and yeah, the numbers flying out the door on those is just absolutely insane. Everyone's gone crazy for them, especially over the Christmas period. So the Snapic is the next offering from them, sort of developed over the last few years to hopefully bring a new and exciting option for film shooters worldwide. Like I say, it's a point and shoot camera, so quite simple in its usage. So in terms of design and build quality, the camera has obviously been designed taking some cues from classic point and shoot cameras. A lot of people have been comparing the looks of this to a Ricoh GR1, obviously on a different level, but this is a really kind of stylish and trendy sort of look for cameras nowadays. Traditionally, film cameras have always kind of been designed with function over the aesthetics of them. So, you know, thinking about the specs of the camera first and foremost, and then the look of it as being a sort of afterthought. Clearly, Reto have had both in mind when it comes to this camera. We think it looks fantastic, and it also is functionally great as well. The camera has a solid plastic build. Everyone that's got their hands on it has said that it feels substantial, it feels nice and weighty, and you know, you can tell it's not going to break. We took this on a trip to Copenhagen. We'll have sort of sample images dotted throughout the videos. But we were carrying it around for 2-3 days, and at no point did we kind of feel like we needed to sort of be gentle with the camera. It was coming in and out of the pocket, in and out of the bags. It was hanging around my neck. It was swinging around. Super durable, and yeah, no sort of worries when it comes to the build quality of the camera. So in terms of the ease of use of the camera and the sort of experience of using it, it's very clear that Reto have designed this to be as widely accessible to anyone, not just sort of seasoned film photographers, but essentially anyone who likes taking photos on their phone, wants to travel with this. You know, you've got a number of options for changing settings, such as the 2-zone focus, so for shooting close up or shooting landscape images. But it is still a fixed aperture and shutter speed. It's fixed at f9, and I think it's 125th of a second. So they've purposely not crammed the camera with loads of features. You know, this is for spontaneous moments. This is for when you don't want to miss a moment. It's, you know, it's not a camera that you have to sit there fiddling around with. Am I exposing correctly? You know, do I need to think about what depth of field I want for this shot? Have I got the right film for it? For the users, it is as simple as flipping on the camera and it's ready to shoot. You know, you use a high enough speed film for the lighting condition, and the only kind of real consideration you've got is this focus switch on the front, which is nice and easy. It's right underneath. It's easy to sort of feel for that knob, and you kind of get used to where it is and which side it needs to be depending on what you want to shoot. And then you're ready to fire. You know, most of the time we had it on landscape. We were shooting images of the city. It just kind of sat on that. I turned it off, put it in my pocket, got it out, turned it on. It's ready to take a photo in like a second. So the image quality is probably, well, in my opinion, is this camera's strongest sort of upgrade. Previous reusable cameras have featured quite cheap plastic lenses, And you know, for a lot of people this is perfectly fine. It's been a great sort of avenue to get people into film photography. This camera features a glass lens instead, which basically results in your images being a lot sharper. So you'll see that from our sample images and from Reto's own images. The image quality is great. You're going to get some really nice kind of fine details. And whereas previously you might have struggled with image quality when printing out images, you can sort of print it up to A4 with this with no issues. They're going to look great. If you really want to extract the maximum amount of detail from the negatives, then opt for high quality scans when you go to the film lab. Yeah, we were super impressed with the image quality, and you can really sort of get into the sort of grain of the film and got a really nice texture to the images. As mentioned, I took this to Copenhagen, had it with us for about 3 days, and yeah, shooting on it was a joy. I kind of blasted through the film. I could have shot way more over there. Just had it around my neck the whole time, kind of just capturing things as they sort of appear in front of you. Super easy to use, no complaints on that. So in terms of what we learnt from using the camera, kind of falls in line with what Reto recommend, but 200 to 400 speed films work really well in sort of daylight. So if it's quite sunny outside, you can go for 200 speed. If it's a bit more overcast, feel free to go up to 400 speed, and that's probably going to work best for you. 400 speeds, we're thinking Portra 400, Ultramax 400, even more recently Cinestill 400. They'll all be great options. Colour negative film has quite a bit of leeway in terms of its latitude, so you can be quite flexible with your shooting conditions, but definitely if it's overcast, go for a 400 speed. And also if you're shooting inside or it's a little bit darker, make sure you've got the flash on. The flash is quite powerful, so that works really well indoors and is sort of like a supplemental lighting source. And we also gave the double exposure a go. It's really easy to do on the camera. So you can produce some really sort of interesting images. I've seen quite a few sort of fantastic ones, and so just play around with it. Make sure that when you're shooting that you sort of make note of how you've shot them, so that you can compare it to how the negatives come out, and you can sort of get a feel for which scenes are going to work well with double exposures. So, is it worth buying? We might be pretty biased, but we do think it's a quality product. We love what Reto are doing. This is a great option for busy explorers, people traveling around, even people with sort of higher end film cameras that need a smaller camera as a sort of visual journal. A lot of people have secondary cameras to sort of capture secondary photos or plan out what they want to do for a professional shoot. This would be great for that. Nowadays in the film industry, it's not very often that cameras come along, especially new cameras. We're living in a world of second-hand refurbished cameras, which can be great, but we really love what Reto are doing this. It's sort of incremental improvements every time they release a product, and this is a great addition to their lineup, so we're all for supporting that. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. We've got through all the sort of important stuff. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video for our sample images. I hope you like them. The first load of stock of these cameras has come and gone. It's been greatly successful. We've had quite a few people reordering, so we can tell that the end users are liking them. If you'd like to discuss the camera and put some pre-orders in, give us a call. The number will be in the video, or you can email the sales department and we'd be happy to chat about the camera and hopefully get it into your store. Thank you very much.